All right. Greetings, everyone. This is your spiritual consultant, your Shad'Oracle, MadamShadO, here in the Shadow Gallery with the Hellpaws as per usual. If you would like to book your private session, donate to the show, purchase a live pool, you may do so at my website, www.madamshado.com. No W in Shad'O. If you put a W in Shad'O, not responsible where you go, where you end up. Of course, love me, like me, share me, subscribe to me, and turn your notifications on so you know when I go live. Join me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Big O, YouTube. If you're on Big O, by all means, wear my tag loudly and proudly, sugar. I say let's just jump right on into it. Mother Moon, what's going on, honey? Ooh, it's strong with you today, honey. Interesting. Okay. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm about to say I don't smell it, but it must take a little while to burn a little bit more. I think when that hump disappeared, then I'll smell it. But right now, I have Horus's taking over the place. ID channel, what's going on? Oh, and I did get an update on my coworker that I read. When I say she was petrified with all the corona and getting behind, I think she was like 1 month behind. Swore up and down she was gonna lose her place. I said I pulled on it. Not getting kicked out. No time soon. She says the absolute last minute when she finally got when the funds came through. So yeah, she good. JT, Aaron, what's going on, honey? Now that my email has reminded me, I watched Record of Ragnarok. I was impressed. I was impressed for the simple fact that they did battles between humans and deities in a way that made sense. I was not expecting it to make sense. I'm like, a human going up against a god? No. Gorgeous, Tyrese, Smokey, what's going on? Like a human versus a god? Nah, baby, there ain't no contest. They gave just enough background information for it to work. Not too much, because too much you would have been it would have been hard to keep up with. But too little, it wouldn't make sense. They did just enough. I was actually digging it. I wasn't digging how they left me on a fucking cliffhanger. I'm like, me and my friend have been sitting here debating on how they're gonna do the battle between Heracles and Jack the Ripper. I got a few ideas on how they probably could do it. Now my friend said that he's seeing it more like maybe Heracles has to die 12 times. Like maybe he has to get killed off 12 times for the simple fact that he did, the 12 tasks. I said that could be it. Or since how the Valkyries work, and for the simple fact that he asked to be given home field, like if we gonna do this shit, we gonna do this in my hometown. So the whole field is now London. SK, what's going on? So the whole field is London now. I'm like, so is the Valkyrie the city? Aya, what's going on? Because the Valkyrie is the city, that's some shit. Because there would be nowhere he could step, nowhere that he can lean against, that the Valkyrie wouldn't feel and let Jack the Ripper know where he is. I want them to do that. Because it would be kind of status quo. It would be kind of too easy if the Valkyrie was, excuse me, something like a knife or scissors or something like that. For the simple fact, I mean, what kind of reading you look for, Aya? For the simple fact that I'm like, you know, it's kind of typical. That is Jack the Ripper's choice of weapon. However, I just really want the Valkyrie to be the city. Nashia, what's going on? I really want the Valkyrie to be the city. Because I want this, and I love how they're doing it. They're doing the whole yin and yang thing. Where because if you're human, you would identify with the humans, and the deities would be, I don't need no birthdays, I don't need no signs, nothing like that. But they did a good yin and yang thing in all good. I don't need to know his name. I don't need to know none of that. I don't know who got y'all started doing that. To me, that is just like giving me your social security number. I don't need to know that. That ain't my business. But they're doing yin and yang where the gods are naturally the bad ones and the humans are the good ones. And of course, they have to give them a hero that we all love, even though that is kind of cheating. Because Heracles is a demigod. He's a half-breed. So it's kind of unfair. Unless they've made Jack the Ripper a demigod too, where we think his ass has been human, he hasn't. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Laid back cause, what's going on? Why does your brother hate you? This is all him. This is all him. Queen of Pentacles is inverted. This would be someone who's emotional as fuck. But as far as emotional with kind of emotional with spending, but not that. It is someone who, when they cannot control their emotions, they give too much of themselves, or rather they buy too much. So maybe he's an emotional eater. You know, it depends. It's something like that. But he's really fucking emotional. And he does not have a grasp on it. Temperance is inverted. Whatever it is that you did, whatever it is in his past, he has not forgotten it. He's not healed from it. He has not forgiven it. It could be something little. It could be something minor to you, but major to him. Larry, Nunu, what's going on? It is something he is not healed from. Whether y'all were, I don't know, maybe I had one fight and he's never healed from it. Or maybe you were the favorite child or whatever. He is not healed from it. You got Two of Swords inverted. He is choosing not to see the trees in the forest or the forest in the trees. You can present him with all the evidence under the sun. Pretty much you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can give him all the evidence under the sun, under the moon, under the stars, under the universe that you are a great person. You are his best friend. You are his ally. And he's not going to see it. He's choosing not to. Knight of Cups is inverted. He is choosing to not give a fuck. All of this is his personal choice. With Knight of Cups being inverted, he does not give a fuck. Whether he does not give a fuck about you, about the relationship, but right now he is choosing to take his emotions and to remove his emotions completely out of the situation. Whatever it is, this is some past trauma that he has not healed from. Nunu, same to you, honey. Big Poe, what's going on? Oh, I kind of want to look it up, but I said I'm not going to look it up because I don't want to spoil the show for me. Dimples, what's going on, sugar? ID channel, welcome. What kind of reading you looking for? Oh, I kind of want to look this show. I don't, cause it's a manga already, and they've already done it. I really want to look it up, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. That's why I hate watching shows that are not completed. What love? Are you in a relationship? Cause are you in one? Cause this is saying now. Flying high, what's going on? Flying Hawaiian, I love it. Just got out of one. Okay, cause I was about to say it ain't about to last. Nine of Cups is inverted. This is not the calm before the storm. This is being in the eye of the storm itself. So I'm gonna assume, since you just got out of one, that either you are not feeling it. If you're in the eye of the storm, that means right now you're calm and there's hell all around you. It has not hit you yet. This is what the what is it, the 12 stages or 7 stages of grief or something, or something, 12 stages or something. This is more of the denial stage. Whether it's you or the other person, I was gonna say him, but hell, it might not be. This is you staying stuck in the now. No problem. Hawaiian classic. What's going on? This is staying stuck in the now. This is, oh my God, it's horrible, it's terrible, it's terrible. Oh my God, why are we not together? I love him with all my heart. I love you with all my heart. And nothing. Like you are so stuck in the grief part. Or maybe they are. Nine of Cups is inverted. Maybe it's not the stuck in, but you are stuck in the moment. Because this is being stuck in the middle of the storm. This is not giving a fuck. This is not having any emotions. This is denial. This is absolute, utter denial. This is being stuck where you are and then not giving a fuck about it. Eight of Swords is inverted. This is having the ability to get through something, having the ability to stop something, having the ability, pretty much being accountable and responsible for your own shit, but not doing it. That's what this is. This is someone who could get up and walk away. This is someone who can get up and get over. This is someone who has the power to do it, but no will. That's what this is. And then Seven of Pentacles is inverted. This is a liar. Honestly, this shit sounds like a fatal attraction type shit, because someone who is completely in denial of what's going on, plus not wanting to move on and choosing not to move on, and then lying, there's something wrong with that. That's a flat out liar. Like, they're trying to, whether they're trying to do this to make themselves look better, feel better, there is something wrong with that. Luminous, what's going on? King Style, Rajput, what's going on? Concept, how you doing, sugar? You know, when will Tayshawn and I work things out? Who says y'all will? I mean, you have a lot of confidence, but so first, let's see if y'all are gonna work things out. So let's see, are they gonna work it out? Not right now, you not. Duchess, what's going on? Not right now, you not. And it would be unwise to try to fix it right now. That is the Hermit inverted. That is making an unwise or rash decision. It's not wise to work it out right now. Your sound is really low. Turn your volume up. Usually when shit like that happen, they don't want y'all to hear that. Turn your volume up. Exit out and come back in. And then let me know when you come back. Because it's definitely picking me up, so. You had the hermit inverted. You not. Because I didn't ask when will you. I asked if you would, if y'all two would work things out. No. And it's unwise for you to try to work it out. If you try to work it out with this person, whatever it is, the hermit being inverted is about branching out, going out. Or it's an unwise decision. It may not be worth you working it out right now. Whoever hurt who, or whatever happened, it may not be in your best interest to rush back into that situation again. And it's the fact that it's like, well, when we work things out, you are very, very hell-bent on being with this person. You really want this person. It may not be in your best interest to be with that person. Not right now. Because they could very much get with you just to hurt you. Eric, what's going on? Yeah, you never know. He probably went out there and sold his wild oats and fucking around and knock somebody up or out, whichever one happened. I don't know. Let's see. He probably got a baby on the way. Wait a goddamn minute here now. Janelle, you got the seven of Pentacles inverted. This is either someone lying flat out or someone telling stories to make themselves look better. If it's not them telling stories to make themselves look better, it is them. Yeah, I did say he might have a baby on the way. Like, he probably fucked somebody and knocked somebody up or out. One of the two. With Janine, if they're not telling stories to make themselves look better, they're telling stories to stall for time. And not in a good way. Nine of Swords is inverted. There's nothing for you to keep yourself up at night for. Seven of Swords is inverted. You are choosing not to see through the scheme. You're choosing not to see through the illusion, the mask, the baby, you are Dory and they are Anglefish and you are falling for it. And then the Hangman is inverted. This is not giving up because, you know, you're saying, I'm going to let it go. Like Elsa. Your ass is saying, I'm going to hang on to a dead body till it rots. Because I don't want to be alone. Your ass is Ted Bundy in it, okay? That's exactly why Ted Bundy did what he did. He had abandonment issues and he wanted someone who would always be there. That's why. You're not letting go because you say it's best for you. You're letting go because you have no idea. You just won't let it go. You don't have a choice. I know exactly who you're talking about. A person named AJ. That ain't my business. That ain't my business. Yeah, what's going on? Upper. 9:15. What's going on? What? Toxic, what's going on? Shubba, what's going on, sugar? Camoze. I'm gonna say Camoze. I feel like you should. You need a bougie feel to Camoze. How you doing? Oh, Red, how you doing, honey? And like I said, if you want to purchase your live pool, donate to the show, or book your private session, go to my website, www.MadamShadO.com. No W in Shad'O. You put a W in Shad'O, not supposed where you go, where you end. The Hawaiian. I want to see what flying Hawaiian looks like. Oh, shit, now. Okay, flying Hawaiian. I see you. I see you. Girl, the way you got them eyebrows, honey. I mean, they're like perfectly coiffed. Okay, okay. No W, honey. No W. Hawaiian got, when I say they are perfectly filled in, ain't no spaces. Baby, if my street curved, if I bent a little bit, just a little bit. It's like if I want to toe that line, that might be the line. I might be the one to take me over. It's got a real not J Lo. Wait, is it J Lo or Angela? Hold on, wait a minute, let me look. That's the whole Angelina Jolie. That's that Tomb Raider look right there. No problem, sugar. Um, oh my God, I thought I was moving on from Jimmy. It's hard to let it go, though. I can't accept that he gone. I know he gone, but I don't know. I done told your ass time and time again. Apparently, I'm gonna have to tell your ass again. There is no expiration date on grief. Whether you grieve for 5 minutes or 5,000 years, that is up to you. However, don't bring nobody else down in your grief. Don't drag nobody else into your grief. Now, if you want to grieve that man, you grieve him. But having other people suffer for it, that's not acceptable. I don't give a damn if you make them sad or you put them in danger. That is unacceptable. Like Kevin Hart said, if you gonna kill your side, don't fuck with everybody else. Now your issue is your ass can't sit still long enough to actually grieve this damn man. Noah, what's going on? Lovely Black Panther. What's going on, sugar? I don't know why people think grief is supposed to be a goddamn instant thing. Norman, what's going on? Hell, when I lost a family member, I couldn't be around family members for 2 years because all I kept seeing is other people dying. You've been working, coming home, and bring who down with me, and I don't be around people for real. Do you want her now, Lord? You are still, let's go ahead and look these up because I'm not going to be able to just say them off the top of my cranium here. So we're going to look them up because you damn hard-headed. And I'm going to have to break these down. No. So let me go ahead. So, okay, so it's 5 stages of grief. 5 stages of grief. The first stage is denial, refusing to believe it. Do you realize you have not got out of the first stage of grief yet? What you doing wrong? Not grieving. This is literally a pattern. They have done studies on this shit. I'm not coming up with numbers and names and shit out of my ass. These are real. Just Wanda, let me get with you in a second, darling. Just give me a second. First stage of grief is denial, meaning choosing not to believe that the person is gone. Understand just what you said. I know he's gone, but I can't accept it. I hate crying. It makes me depressed. I don't want to be depressed. Y'all look at this shit all wrong. See tears the way your kidney and your liver works. It's a purge of toxins. Keeping sadness, keeping anger, keeping a lot of negative shit bottled up in you festers. It's an infection. That's why it only breeds more infection. If you get a cut on your arm and you don't treat that shit and you get infected and you don't treat the infection, you could lose the arm, you could get septic shock, you can get fucking poisoning of the blood and die. If you cry, scream, shout, punch something, break something, you are releasing that. You are giving it. It's like the end of a whip. It gotta go somewhere. It is moving kinetic energy. It has to come out. Stop holding that shit in. It's fucking pissing me off. Grieve that man accordingly. This is why you make such dumbass decisions. This is what you are doing because you are denying that you have lost the love of your life for now. You better look at some older people who done lost people they have loved for centuries. Loved with their soul and heart for centuries. Because let them tell it, they've known each other for longer than this lifetime. Now think you've got with this person now. And y'all have loved each other the way no one you don't think will ever love you. And then you lose them. And you have to go through life without that love again. That's what a lot of older people are going through. You think that grandmama, big mama didn't cry when Big Daddy died? You think Granddaddy didn't cry when he lost Big Mama? Yes. If they really loved each other, they grieved. It is natural. That is what you do. This is why you cannot and will not pass the first stage of fucking grief. Because you are still in denial. And it is fine. Because it is a step process. First step is denial. This is what happens. You don't want to believe that person is gone. You don't want to believe you'll never hold them, kiss them, fuck them again. You don't want to believe that. Hell, you don't want to believe you won't see them again. Real simple. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be an idiot with it. Second stage, anger. You haven't gotten to the pissed off stage yet. You know what the pissed off stage is? When you start cussing out God. Fuck the bullshit. It's when you start cussing out God. It's when you're damn near willing to make a deal with the devil to bring them back. How the fuck dare you take the person I love? How many? When you get mad, when you cry, when you shout, when you have the angry tears. That's anger. You are supposed to feel that way. Again, this is a step process. It's not instant. I don't know who the fuck. That's the issue with this goddamn generation now. Y'all want shit fucking microwave fast. That's not how grief works. Not when you really give a fuck about somebody. So if you can't get past the stage of you can't believe he's here, you never gonna get to the pissed off part. Pissed off part is easy. It's that denial stage. That denial stage takes the absolute fucking longest. Once you are able to get past that, the next steps kind of follow right behind each other. It's when you get pissed off. Get angry. I'll fucking do this to the person who took my... That's what you're supposed to do. Now, the third stage, this is the bargaining stage. Remember how I said when you almost make a deal with the devil? This is the bargaining stage. I'll give you anything to bring them back. Man, if it takes this, I'll give you that. These two kind of go hand in hand. Because the body naturally does not like feeling bad. We don't like being sad. We don't like being angry. That shit takes a lot of fucking energy. So after you get out of denial and you get pissed off, you start saying, okay, look, what if I give you this? Because you have to feel like you have some sense of control. You gotta feel like at some point I can control what's going on. You're not supposed to. Again, you work through it, not around it, not over it, not under it, or any other type of way you tie a fucking shoe. You work through it. You're supposed to get purged by fire, cleansed by fire. It's supposed to burn you and you come out with scars. That way you remember. So, you have not gotten to the bargaining stage yet. You think you have, but you haven't. You haven't. Now, next stage is called despair. This is when you feel absolutely powerless. This is when you realize you don't have the power to control everything. You've denied that it even happened. You've sat here and said you're not gonna, it didn't happen, I can't believe it, I won't believe it, I refuse to believe it. Then you got angry because it's true. You get angry because you called that number and they're not answering. Or it's somebody different. Now you sat here and tried to bargain with whatever deity you believe in to bring this person back. And then you have wallowed in despair. This is you finally realizing this person is gone. I'm not going to see them anymore. This is when you start reminiscing on old times. This is when you remember, fuck, the last thing you said to each other, the last time you saw each other. Oh my God, that really was the last time. What, like, had I just gone with them? This is what this part is. It don't happen in the anger part. It don't even happen in the bargaining part. It has to happen in despair because this is when you start accepting it. When you accept, that means you start taking ownership, responsibility, accountability. This is when you start asking the why question. Why didn't I go with them? I could have done this had I been there. This is when that is. Then, after you hit despair and you have gone through every which way it could have happened, this is when you hit acceptance. Because no matter what, it was their time. Even if you were there, it was their time. It's kind of like Final Destination. One way or the other, the person was going. It was just their time. This is when you accept it. This is when you say, you're not here anymore physically. Okay. And you start living again. Because, I'm going to put it to you bluntly, you're not the one dead. This is when you live. Because a lot of people die when that person dies. A lot of people stop living when that person stops living. You can't do that. Especially you. You got somebody else who can't survive on their own. You ain't got the choice. Now, they do have an interesting little step here saying that this is a missing stage called reconstruction. I would say it's less reconstruction and more reevaluation. It'll be reconstruction for a lot of people who, well, I guess it will be both reevaluation and reconstruction. First, I would say it's reevaluation. It's when you start looking at your life and realizing this person's not a part of it physically anymore. And then you have to look at all the situations that used to involve this person and how you're going to manage without them. And then comes the actual reconstructing of your life when you start going about your life without them. And then after that, I would say living. Because you learn to live without that physical person. Again, your ass ain't made it past the denial stage because you keep trying to find him in other people. But then I didn't know you could make a deal with the devil to bring him back. You might want to watch Devil's Advocate, because one thing he'll say is, I don't do that, Jania. I ask why all the time. That's a different why. I'm going to tell you right now, that's a different why you're asking. If I would have called him, he would have never went over there. Mm-mm. You ain't at this stage yet. Feel like my soul went with him when he left. I swear I haven't been the same since. You trying to rush it. That's what people been talking. I swear I've been talking to people and they never compare to him. If you lost your first son and you had kids after that, would they ever compare to your first son? Not speaking this into existence, but really think about it. There is only one you on this fucking planet. Now, they may be used in different universes, but they are not the same you. There is only one. I'm always right. You just hard-headed as hell. Same reason you bought them damn tarot cards, thinking that if you pull, it will pull something different. Hosea, what's going on? Nobody, Runaway, what's going on? Larry, Sugar Cookie, Whoop, what's going on, Sugar? Yeah, I hope crying is released and makes you more depressed. Jazz Wanda, and you said, what is Jay's next move on you? Saying that kind of sound like he Boss Lady, how you doing? What's his next move? I would say it's probably up in the air, because I don't know which way this would have really came out, because it flew out of my hand. But the Knight of Pentacles is going to be either upright or inverted. Upright means he will do whatever it takes to progress things with you. Or if it's inverted, he ain't going to do a damn thing. I don't think he is in the position where he knows what he wants right now. You can't read, but okay. If you bought a reputable, real tarot deck, it comes with a book. Why would you have to Google what the cards mean? The book is there for a reason. I know exactly why you bought that deck. Because everyone seems to think that when you pull tarot that you control what you're pulling. That I can sit here and say, this is what she gonna have happen. I don't control your fate. I could. I know I have the ability to do it. That ain't my job. You ain't read the book. Then you not ready to pull tarot. You still got what? I keep telling y'all time and time again, these books, these decks, I don't give a damn. LB, Lexi, especially for you, Moonchild. What's going on? When you get a tarot deck, it needs to speak to you. I don't know if that was an ash or a gnat. When you get a tarot deck, it needs to speak to you. You have to feel it. What's going on, Moonchild? How you doing? If you don't feel it, if there's no connection, it's not going to work efficiently. The book, the cards, and yeah, my medium told me when it's time, the book and cards will call my name. Mm. Okay, I guess it's dust. It's not going to be a connection. For what you want, it ain't going to be a connection. Georgia Peach, what's going on? Because what you got those cards for is to lie to yourself. And that's one thing tarot cards cannot do. Tarot cards, oracle cards cannot lie. But the person reading them can. And that's why you need to have a reputable person. A lot of people swear up and down, I can't read the card. I can't read myself. Yes, the fuck you can. You just hard-headed as hell. That's not how tarot works, honey. You got tarot cards to try to talk to the dead? Let me rephrase that. That is not their main purpose. It's not to talk to the dead. That's something completely different and you are not ready for it. Because your ass gonna fuck around and open up some shit that's gonna be to something completely different, and it will lie and say it is Jimmy, and it won't be. You will have a fucking Annabelle situation, and I will not help you out of it. In fact, I will hold the damn door open for Annabelle and her goddamn people. But like, hey, look, I know the Warrens is have Annabelle locked up. Send her over to Janelle House, cause she hard-headed as hell. Gonna fuck around and have some say it's Jimmy. I just want a body. Let me borrow the little boy doll for a second. And to be able to know your future. No, the fuck you didn't. Stop lying to yourself, cause you damn sure can't lie to me. It ain't to know your future. Everything you bought them damn decks for was to sit here and see about Jimmy. Was to see one, and you fat, I said it. How can you contact them? You haven't been playing with the card. They not a toy. Why do y'all get shit and think it's a toy? I don't understand this shit. Y'all see shit. Y'all really... I know I make this look very easy. I know I say, you welcome, sugar, and thank you. I know I make this shit look easy. I know I can see him pull and tell you your whole motherfucking life and your ancestors' life. I know. Because I practiced it. This shit didn't just fall out the goddamn sky. I wanted to learn it. Therefore, I did. These are not my only decks. I have different decks. A lot of decks don't like being on camera. This is why I tell y'all, these decks are entities. These decks have life. These decks have energy. You might get decks that don't even like being in the same room as each other. Luckily, all mine tend to like being together. This is not just cards I'm pulling. This is not me sitting here fucking playing spades. This is me connecting with these decks. Tarot and Oracle decks are different. Tarot has a strict rule. 78 cards. You have a major arcana and a minor arcana. Now, when you have the major, some decks include an additional card. Because it's really just 0 to 21. The Fool to the World. Some people will include the Tree of Life. Or something else. That's why you read the book. When it comes to the minor arcana, it's like it's like a card deck. You have 4 suits. It is always going to be earth, water, air, and honestly, it depends. It could be electricity, it could be wind, however they want to do it. But you'll have cups, you'll have swords, you'll have wands, and you'll have coins. Coins is usually money. Wands is usually the mind, your mental set. Swords is usually your actions, what actions you take. And that's like cups, because cups is emotions. All of those things together equal 1. I have a deck that is far too advanced for me to put on here yet because of what it is. This deck goes pretty much to the Book of the Dead. The true story of the Book of the Dead, which is why I have not brought it on here, because I am still understanding this deck. This deck is different because it does not just include those 4. It includes another additional part, which is soul. Again, when I started with a deck that had the pretty much, to keep me from having to keep flipping in the book, I got a deck that had the meanings written on the cards. So I would associate these words with these cards. And that way I could branch out and have at least a general knowledge, a gist of what the card meant. And then as soon as I learned that every tarot deck is not the same. Why do you think I use different decks for different things? This deck, every deck speaks to my personality. My passion, my love of something. The essence that is MadamShadO. The darkness and how you use darkness to bring light or light into darkness. This deck, I told y'all I rarely ever tell y'all what decks I use. But I call this my Edgar Allan Poe deck because it's full of Edgar Allan Poe stories. Why? Because I love Edgar Allan Poe. I can pretty much regurgitate Edgar Allan Poe. Therefore, a certain card will speak to me in a certain way. This is why you don't just get random fucking decks. I, for one, cannot stand the Rider-Waite style. That's the original style of tarot. I can't stand it. Exactly, because you don't want to learn it yet. I sat down with mine. I asked my deck questions. I worked with my deck. And each deck I try to work with differently. Whenever I get a deck that's one type, let's say I have a deck that's strictly gods. It's only males. Well, that's unfair. And I know who that would belong to. I know who that would read with. That reads best with men. Or women try to understand men. But I couldn't use that deck to read a woman. Unless she was very masculine in soul. Which is why if I get a masculine deck, I try to get its feminine counterpart. And I have it. That not only allows me to read women, but men who want to understand women. Who want to understand their mate. People wonder why I don't give classes on some stuff. Some stuff is not for me to teach you. Some stuff you have to figure out, because me telling you, it's going to be different. If I tell you how to ride a bike, you'll still bust your ass if you don't know how to do it. You have to actually get on that bike and feel it. You have to feel your weight shift. Because guess what? The way my weight is distributed is different than how yours is. You got to bust your ass a few times. You gotta have arguments with your deck. You just want to heal. And you trying your hardest. That's the problem. You are trying so hard to heal that you being hard-headed as hell. You're not trying to heal, darling. What you're trying to do is stop feeling. You're trying to stop feeling sad. You're trying to stop being emotional. That's not healing. That's burying something. That's, oh my God, this body stinks up the house. Let me go stink up the backyard instead. You need to go and talk to somebody who's lost like a parent or lost a child. Yeah, try counseling. But you say, I guess I gotta go grieve and just cry. It ain't about just crying. You really think you're gonna fly through grief? Some people will grieve for 20 years, 50 years. You know another type of grief? You ever meet someone, let's say a grandparent or something, and they lose their spouse and they never marry again? That's grief. That's still grief. Because in their heart, in their mind, no one will ever not just take the place of the person they lost, but no one else is worth them giving their last name to or taking on someone else's last name. That is still grief. Marie, Ketchup, DJ Legend, what's going on, sugar? I'm the person's falsy mood just changed that quick. Yeah, that's what happens in denial. That's what happens in grief. It's like a fucking light switch. One minute you feel fine. Let's play this. Grief is like severe. It's like severe radiation poisoning. And if you know anything about radiation poisoning, like the Hiroshimas, the Nagasaki's, hell, even the plant that blew up in it was somewhere I think in Russia. When you get radiation poisoning, the first thing is like, oh, the blotching, the black skin, everything. You get the typical sicknesses, the losing hair, the skin blackening, things shriveling up. But there's a point, and I forgot the name of it. But there's a point, if you get radiation sickness so bad, there is a section of it where you feel like you're okay. This can last from minutes to days to even weeks, maybe even months before you get to the next stage of that cancer, which is the severe stage, where that can make or break you. When you get to this point, this is where some people come out of radiation sickness, where they bounce back, where it's like having chemotherapy and they bounce back. Or they go into the next stage of radiation poisoning, where pretty much they can go as far as not having anything. There is a guy, I forgot, I know his name is Japanese or Chinese, but he is the only person thus far that has no DNA. Well, had, because he only lasted 86 days in the hospital. He actually begged the doctors to let him die. And they refused to do it because this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He got so much radiation to the chest where he literally destroyed his DNA. He had no DNA. His blood came out thick. He had nothing. He had no fingerprints. He literally started rotting through his own skin, alive, where they had to put him in a medically induced coma to help him deal with the pain. This is not something that's simple. This is not easy. You're saying you're 21 and you're stressing. You're 21, you've lost someone you love, and you have a whole child. What about this is supposed to be easy? What about these TV shows makes y'all think that life is just easy? What's up, Toxic? What about this makes you think life is supposed to be easy? Guess what? If it was easy, everybody would do it. And guess what? Nobody gets out of life alive. You ever hear about the statistic it takes just to have a kid? How many sperms have to swim to the egg to make you? You already beat odds right there. Your life is full of odds. You are a crapshoot. No matter, every breath you take is a crapshoot. Your whole life been a struggle? You're only 21. Know why your whole life been a struggle? Because you've been hard headed all your life. I guarantee you that. You struggled with your mother? Now, let me ask you this. Did you struggle with her or did you rebel against her? Because therein lies your problem. You gotta understand, no matter how young a parent is, they are still older than you. Which means they have experienced some shit that you have not. Your mom started having kids and you was her baby daddy, leaving school early to watch your siblings. Yeah. And struggle with her. It was a time my mama was eating green beans and ketchup. Yeah. But she made sure y'all ate. And she gave you the news to eat because it was your last pack. Exactly. That's what a fucking parent does. They sacrifice. I'm gonna tell you the best, and when I say I watched Record of Ragnarok. When Adam had to fight Zeus, this was a line that chilled me. I mean, it had an emotion in me where I was like, that is exactly what I want in a man. It's what I see in my father. It's what I see in my uncles. It's what I would see in my brother if he had kids. It is what I see in a lot of people. When they had Adam fight Zeus, they swore up and down Adam hated the gods. Oh, because of his past. Oh, because of what they did to him and his wife and children. They kicked them out of the Garden of Eden because of the apple and the snake. This Adam decided if she goes, I go. So they swore up and down he fights because he's angry. He wants revenge. And Zeus even asked him, why do you fight? Because in the beginning, Adam said, I really don't want to do this. But it's a competition. And Zeus asked him, why do you fight? Cash, what's up? Why do you fight? Why do you fight? And he looked at him and said, ugh, you gonna ask me this too? He said, and again, the emotions in this scene is unreal. Does a father need a reason to protect his child? In that moment, they were showing Adam as the father of all humanity. And no matter what, as a father who gives a fuck about his children, he will fight to the death to protect them. And he did. Texas, what's up? I told you, you you might be ready to be happy, but you're not ready. You know what you are? You're hurt. Nobody likes being hurt. You get a paper cut. You don't want to have a paper cut. That shit burn, it sting. You flex you flex your finger this way, it hurt. You flex your finger, then you got to keep it this way, all crooked and shit. Then you have to cover it up. Instead of just letting it heal. Nobody likes being hurt. Go to any hospital. Motherfuckers don't like being in the hospital. They don't like being hurt, sick. You are just in the stage of, I don't like this feeling. I want to quickly get out of it. That will always lead you to dumbass decisions. This is why you have people who do drugs. This is why you have people who drink. Life is hard. Like I said, this goes for people who are chronic smokers. And I mean that in both senses. Like you smoke a lot and you smoke a lot of chronic. When you feel like life is so hard that you can't go through it without being buzzed, without having a little medicinal help, that's when you know you got a problem. Then let it happen. Tell me you're grieving, you're going to be able to tell all over your face. So? I don't understand how this is an issue. I told y'all I'm terrible at hiding my emotions on my damn face. And you got to keep weed because life is hard, basically. If you don't have it, you won't be able to sleep. And your attitude going to be on 1,000. Marijuana is a sedative. Okay? That's what it does. It sedates you. It calms you down. You basically cannot handle life without being sedated. Because there is a difference between being sedated, like if we're talking about anesthesia, there's a difference between being anesthetized and then sedated. Sedated, you're usually awake, but you're just going through life. You don't feel shit. That's sedation. Anesthesia, that real shit, the real anesthesia, knocks you out. Meaning you don't feel shit because you're not awake. You need it because you can't handle life and you don't want to. This is a part of growing up, honey. I say this shit like it's easy. I'm not saying it to make it seem like it's easy. I'm saying this because this is what the fuck happens. When we're children, we're used to mom and dad or whoever's taking care of us taking care of us. We don't realize how hard shit is until we are in their position. When you're taking care of them or someone else. Then you realize, damn, my mom was only this age when she had us. Damn, this is why she was only eating the ketchup and green beans and gave us the noodles. It's what happens. It's life. It is growing up. No one said it was easy. I don't want to be sad. 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 That's denial. Because anybody grieving somebody and gets through that stage will understand it's okay to be sad. If you were happy all the damn time, you wouldn't know what to do with sad. You wouldn't know what to do with any other emotion except happiness. And therefore, you wouldn't be able to teach that child of yours. You wouldn't know how to relate to that child when he comes to you crying, Mama, I hurt my knee. Mama, they talking about my hair. Mama, they said this about my skin. So I need to agree to get to where I want to be. And then my mama texted me talking about she not feeling well. She like she got 6 months to a year to live. Like it's stressful. When your mom was eating them green beans and ketchup and gave y'all the ramen packs, ever think about how hungry she really was? Because in her head, fuck, I could eat all these ramen noodles, I could eat all this stuff, but my kids wouldn't have nothing. So I gotta sacrifice. I could be a little hungry as long as they eat. You think she wasn't in a stressful situation? You think, and you know, we are under this misconception that parents are born like tough, like Ford tough. They're born superheroes, like they don't have weak moments because they don't show it to us. A parent is always going to be a superhero to us. They don't like being weak because no parent wants their child to see them weak. I can only remember one time my mama ever got sick, and my world crashed. Like I didn't know what to do. Like I was paranoid. I kept going there checking on her. I was, was a cold. That was it. Just a small cold, and I panicked like a motherfucker. I can't remember my grandmother actually being sick. I remember when she went to the hospital once. I was a panic. Amethyst, what's going on? If you went to therapy and you talk to a therapist, the first thing they will see is you are repeating the cycle. Because she used to be a go getter, now she just all over. Because now she does drugs and you so disappointed in her. Hmm. So you are disappointed to the point where you're repeating the cycle. I told you, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit. Your mother went through like a tough, tough life. And got through enough to make sure her kids survived into adulthood. And whatever happened after that, she decided, I can't handle the way life is. Life is too hard to take raw. So I need to dilute it. And I need to sedate myself. Because that's all any kind of narcotic is. It's a sedation. She chooses something like, I don't know, cocaine, and you choose weed. They both addictive. And when I say they both addictive, I mean the thing that happens. I mean the state of being, the state of mind that you enter into when you take it. And yet, you trying to be stable and okay is pushing you into areas of not being stable or okay. Because I promise you, that's what she did. I guarantee you, she didn't want to have a hard life. She didn't want her kids to sit here and go through all that shit. She did her absolute best to prevent that. Again, parents can only do what they can do. They only know what they know. And we can't fault them for not knowing more. Clay Bombay, now what's going on? If you went to therapy, they would look at your history and then look at you being predisposed to doing the exact same thing because that's what you're doing. I feel you being hard headed as hell. Because no matter what I say, it's going to take you to sit here and run into that damn wall, hit a fucking stud, and put a dot over your goddamn eyeball before you understand it. I understand what my mama meant when I was a kid. She knew better because she been there. Any guy I dated that wasn't that pretty much one worth shit, she knew it. I didn't want to listen to her. No kid wants to listen to him. We never do. Never ever do. Because we just know we know more. We don't. So what I'm seeing here is that you're going to blame your entire life on your mother. If she wasn't on drugs, we still have a house. Me and my siblings would still be together. I wouldn't be house hopping, none of this. You think that's true? You think if your mama stays sober, that all of you and your siblings would still be together? Or do you think that this separation made you guys who you are and have the strength that you have now? What do you think? Which one you think is true? Just curious. What do you think is true? Do you really think all of you and your siblings would still be together if y'all had a house? Are your siblings better off where they are now? Are they stronger? You don't know because you have no idea how things would have been. What if y'all did get all stay in the house together? What if she never? What if this never happened? Let's go ahead and go down one of these little parallel lines. What if it did happen? What if y'all did stay together? Y'all had a house together. And that house was a fucking fire trap. And y'all all stayed together and died together. That little boy never made it. You never got the chance to have him. Kind of different when you start looking at how some situations affect other people. You think you would have had that kid if y'all stayed together? Or did you do like one of my friends did when we were in middle school because she kept trying to get knocked up because she just wanted something to love? That you wanted to show that you could do better. Maybe that's why you had the kid. I'm not blaming my whole life on her, but yeah, I kind of feel like if she wasn't on drugs, we would all be together. And yeah, for a fact, I would have never had my son. Can you picture your life without him? Do your siblings like you? Do you like them? Do you think your siblings would get jobs to help maintain that household? Or would y'all all put it on mama? Would it be entirely her fault? This is how I say, and this is why I say you still think like a child. God gave him for a reason. He the reason I go so hard, and yes, I love my students. They love me. I took care of them. That don't mean shit. You better look at some of them damn history books. It's a lot of people who killed the people that took care of them. will be on you and your siblings. Who said that? Who said that, maybe she got her shit together and was like, you know what? I need to care for my kids the way I need to care for my kids. Who said she wouldn't do that? See, you're doing a lot of speculating. This is why this type of shit is inadmissible in the court of law. Because you can't prove any of this. Neither can you disprove it. This is the dwelling on the past shit. This is the denial shit. They all grown now, but they better where they are now. And you would rather have all y'all together to condemn you to hell. You think they would be this happy, successful where they are if y'all all stayed together? Knowing that y'all have addictive tendencies and would lean on each other, you wouldn't be as strong as you are now. One day it will hit you. One day you will understand. Don't mean it's gonna be anytime soon. Don't mean it won't be anytime soon. But your issue, as old as you are, against your siblings, if you are the one taking care of your siblings and they're grown, they're fine, the way you say, it's easy to sit here and blame them. Oh, if it wasn't for y'all, I could have went out and did this. You sound like a scornful mother. No, you didn't ask for them to be born. No, you didn't give birth to them. And you're right. It is unfair for a lot of parents to put on the older siblings to take care of the younger ones. It is. It is unfair for them to strip your childhood for you to become the second parent. However, it gives you a strength that they won't have. It gives you a strength and a fucking knowledge and appreciation of life that you wouldn't have if you hadn't gone through that. See if I can break the seal. Probably can't. Have to lean it so it'll fall that way. I'm not blaming my siblings for nothing. It's my mother. Can't blame that woman. Yeah, you can blame her for saying, oh my God, you had kids and I had to take care of them. I had to raise them. Yeah, you can blame her for that. In the same breath, your cousin or whoever you stay with could blame you for having to watch your child while you go to work. It's unfair to them, ain't it? Been working since I was 16. Found out she was a drug because I got paid. One night, Lil used my car because she said she needed gas, and my whole check was, I guess, gone that night. You chose to give her that card. At the end of the day, take some accountability. Though you trusted her, you still are the one who gave up that card. I was taught very young, don't give nobody shit. Kimbo, what's up? That's what made you run away, huh? Excuse me. So at 16, that's what made you run away. And from there on out, your whole life. How old is your youngest sibling? MD, what's going on? And see, I'm getting told by spirit right now to just drop it, to let it go. You pretty much just moving the air around. It's really no point because this person is still in an age of denial. I ran away and been house hopping ever since. And yeah, you're right. I didn't believe she was on drugs till she proved me wrong. And 6 or 7. So there's about 10 years between you and your youngest sibling. The sibling that's directly under you, how old are they? I'm gonna tell you right now. Go to counseling, go to therapy, and they're gonna do exactly what I'm doing now. When I say I really should have went ahead and got I wonder if I can get a license to be a therapist or a psychiatrist or psychologist. Because this here is exactly what it is. So the sibling under you is 11 or 12. You're 21. See why I'm having a hard time here? You're 21. The sibling directly under you is like 10 years difference. So at 10, you were helping mom change diapers, which I know a lot of kids do. At 10, you were helping feed them, which I know a lot of kids do. Craig, what's going on? Now, I'm not discrediting you. I'm not discounting what you did, the hard life you led. The youngest say the devil be talking to her. I need to look into getting my therapist license because all this shit that I do for free, I can make money off of. If you go to a therapist, first thing they're going to do is look at your history, which means you already have addictive tendencies, addictive personalities. You have abandonment issues. You have issues with authority. You have such issues with authority. You have specifically issues with female authority. You don't like being told what to do by a woman. At the same time, you do like being told because if they act as the mother, this is where your addictive tendencies kick in. Because when you feel protected, you stay. No matter what, you stay. No matter what, you stay. This is why it is hard for you to let go of Jimmy. You felt safe. You felt protected. You felt provided for. You felt cared for. You felt everything you should have felt as a child with your mother. Which is why when he was taken away, it was so hard for you. And still continues to be. Because he was the one thing in life that made you feel safe. He gave you what your mother didn't. This is why you look for men. You're not going to look into it from a woman. You're not going to listen to a woman. You hard headed as shit when advice comes from a woman. But if they got a dick, you'll listen. We've seen that. We've proven that countless times. This is why you will chase men. Because the first time you felt safe and protected was with a dude. Therefore, you're going to chase that. Way back when in China, there was a methamphetamine out there. Still is to this day. And when people took it, I'm talking about opium. When people took it, they felt great. But the problem with that is it metabolizes. You get used to it, hence why a lot of drugs are so addictive. People in China called it chasing the dragon. That's what you're doing now. He was your specific, as they said in Twilight, you're my own personal brand of heroin. He was. And now you're chasing that exact same feeling again. And the high will never come again. It will never be enough. Because he no longer walks this plane. Exactly. Just like people who take something that's really hard. Oh, I know I can die from it, but man, I feel great. I feel like I'm good right now. I feel protected right now. Uh huh. No, they say when you ask an addict about anything, says prove it. Stop. I can stop whenever I want to. No, you can't. Yep, and the only reason you want to be loved is because you don't love your damn self. And that's where a lot of your issues stem from. Auburn, what's going on? You want a family because you feel like you don't have it. And you feel like you've never had it. Why? Because you feel like you've had to play mommy at such an early age. Don't believe me. Talk to a therapist, they're going to tell you the same thing. I wouldn't, like, normally I would second guess trying to tell people this type of shit and not say it. It wasn't until a client of mine that I had been counseling for years decided to break down and get a therapist. And the therapist told them the same goddamn shit. And they came to me saying, oh, they told me this. And when I say I damn near lost my shit right then and there. So I've been telling you this shit all this time. You go get a damn therapist who says the exact same shit. And now you want to listen? Spirit wasn't enough. Dead folk wasn't enough. Signs and shit wasn't enough. You want a family? Your family ain't shit. Kayla, why didn't you say something? Because I didn't have this phone up. Corey, what's going on? Hawaiian, I'm so sorry, sugar. I did not have the phone up. Otherwise, I would have been read you. Corey, what's going on? Irvin, what's going on? Hawaiian, if you still there, say something. I'm so sorry, sugar. This one here, it's not they get under my skin. It's that they, ooh, child. And I swear up and down, to me, I swear I would not be a good parent because I don't have patience. And all of y'all keep telling me how wrong I am. Danny, what's going on? Let's see what your see what's going on with you. Hawaiian Knight of Pentacles is upright. This is story time. This man here, let's see here. What name should we give him? Let's call him Donnie. I don't know why Donnie came to me. Let's call him Donnie. Donnie was the type of man who would make whatever happen happen. He'd make anything shake. He is the type of man that if he want to make money, he's going to make money. Now y'all might not like how he make the money, but he gonna make it. This man would buy buildings. As you can see behind him is a condemned building. The reason he has the scarab and the pinnacle on it is because he would buy rundown buildings. He would buy low income buildings. And then once he bought them, he would jack up the rent. Now, of course, if you're used to paying, let's say, $12 a month, having to pay $50 a month is out of your price range. So those tenants had to leave. And he would put higher priced ones in. And he would keep jacking up, jacking up, jacking up. If you were walking down the street in your new Jordans, your new Air Force Ones, he was send this little kid here out in front of you, chased by this dog to knock you into the mud. And come to you, oh shit, man, your shoes is fucked up. Yeah, I got a little shop in here real quick. You want to come in? I can clean them up for you. Just charge you a few dollars for it. He's a hustler. Through and through, a genuine, bona fide, certified hustler. But he is the hustler that will do anything. He will fuck people over to get what he wanted. Now, generally speaking, there's nothing wrong with being a hustler. But I do caution you to not take advantage of people, to not use people, to not be so focused on you and yours that you don't pay attention to if you're hurting someone. I would say, let's put it like this. Let's not make someone your footstool who doesn't earn it. If they fucked you up and over, step on their ass. But don't just step on people to get ahead, because guess what? Shit rolls downhill. You can always be at the bottom of the hill again. Temperance is inverted. Ugh. I don't know why the car's flying everywhere today. What the fuck? Okay, Temperance don't want to come out today. Move. Ugh. Temperance don't want to play today. Temperance being inverted is not being healed. That's the main focus of it. What is that? Oh. But yeah, it's not being healed. It's being hurt. It's festering. It's, yeah. You don't want to heal, or you're not healing. You're choosing not to heal, so you choose not to heal. You stay hurt. And I told y'all, negative energy is the easiest energy in the universe because it's the laziest energy. You know why it's so easy to stay hurt? Because it don't require you to do shit. Steve, what's going on? See, it's like people who decide they want to go to the gym. You have to get up and go to the gym. That's why it's so easy to say next day, next day, next day. That's negative energy. It's easy to stay hurt, to stay mad, because it requires you to do absolutely nothing. I'm good, sugar. How are you? Choosing to heal is hard, i.e. what's going on here. You have to want to heal. You have to want to recognize where you're weak at and look for help. You are inverted. You're not healing. 3 of Wands is inverted. Story time for this was these people saw this fucking whirlpool. And when they saw this whirlpool, they couldn't avoid it. They were too late. That's why there's a ship. These two ships are fucked. They're going to end up in that whirlpool. The issue is you don't see this whirlpool is more an iceberg for you. At the very top of the iceberg, it's a little bitty piece. It's the same shit they saw in damn Titanic. Oh, there's no way possible that could sink the Titanic. That's just a little bitty iceberg. The problem is, you know how whirlpools work? When they start getting wide, they start getting real big, like a tornado inverted. You're just scratching the tip of the iceberg. Once you decide to go deeper, that shit gets wider and wider till it starts sucking everything in. Now, I don't know if you ever took, like, chemistry or made funnels and shit. I used to love this shit in school. When we took hot air and cold air and made tornadoes and shit. Now, I always wanted to open it up and, like, can it destroy the school? Ignore me, because I was a curious child. Egypt, Contessa, Libra, what's going on? However, your funnel sucks everything in around you. Now, here's the thing. The issue with you, do I have something? Kind of, sort of, we'll use it. Otherwise, I go in there and grab my actual funnel. So, if we look at the bottom, or rather we look at this part. Not focusing on this part, we only look here. At the top, very small. But all this down here, it's a lot of shit. So you know what happens in the funnel? That shit's going to come up. And then guess what? Once it gets up here, all of this is not going to make it out of this small hole up here. It's going to get really concentrated and it's going to go for longer. Hence, grieving. Grieving inverts this till you go the opposite way. But that's neither here nor there. When your whirlpool sucks all this pain and all this hell and all this darkness that you have in the bottom of you, it has to come out. It has to come to a head. It's like a big ass cyst. And when it explodes, it's either going to make that wider or it's going to have to come out so focused, so streamlined. And like I said, all of that's not going to come out. So you know what happens? When you have to bring this to the top, it's going to take so long to let all this at the top finally come to the bottom. Now, the good thing is eventually everything comes out. It's like squeezing a good cyst. Eventually you're going to squeeze all of that out. It's not going to come out fast. It's going to take some time. But eventually you will clear it out. You have to get there first. You ain't going to get there so long as you choose to stay broken. Then you have the King of Wands inverted. Story time. We're going to upright him, but he's inverted. This man here, there was another man. Him and the other guy had horses. Okay? But this horse here, ooh, this stallion here, this black beauty here, couldn't nobody fuck with it. He beat every horse, every damn animal. He was a winner. Strong. The perfect breeding horse. This horse makes winners. You got a fucking what is the stable of these motherfuckers? You got the world. Now, this motherfucker was greedy because his horses wasn't as good at this one. Now, this other man was a very nice guy. He wanted that horse. He said, hey, why don't you go ahead and give me that horse? You don't know what to do with it. Motherfucker, I raised this horse. Now, I'm not giving you my damn horse. Bruh, I said, get it here. Okay, how about I pay you for it? And tried to undervalue it. This horse could be worth $1 billion. I give you $15 for it. I'm not selling my horse. So this man here got so pissed off that he then goes to this man's house in the dead of night, coming in like a damn ninja and a bandit, and sets his stable on fire. Now, I don't know if you ever heard horses scream before, but it's a horrifying and a terrible sound to hear. As the horses went in there screaming and crying, the man raced in there. He was only able to save one horse, Mr. Winter here. Now, the owner died in the fire. When he found out about it, he was like, oh my God, I know how much he loved this horse. It's the only one that lived. I'll take care of it. I'll take it off your hands because he's the Lord of the manor. There was no one else. I'm pretty sure he didn't have wife or kids, so he said, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take the horse off your hands. And they did. The horse was branded with the man's initials to prove that it was his horse because you can see the brand. This showed that if anybody had that horse, everybody knew who that horse belonged to. Ain't no guessing. One night, something happened where his stable was caught on fire. The man who now has the horse, him on the horse. And he's like, oh my God, my horses are going to burn. And suddenly, this horse, the Winter, pops out. And he jumps on the horse and rides through the blaze. This shit is like a wildfire. He rides through the blaze and into the fucking burning barn house where they both die. This is someone who is absolutely possessed because not only was the horse possessed, he was. He couldn't not ride him. This was the first man's way of getting back at him. He had to ride that horse because he had to suffer the same fate, if not worse than that man, because that man that first guy died out of love. He wanted to save his horses. This one died from greed. With this being inverted, this is saying you're not so much possessed by an idea, you're not possessed by a feeling, but you're not logical with your thoughts either. This is that bottom of that whirlpool. This is when everything is swirling around you like you're Dorothy inside the tornado. You're not in the eye of it where everything is calm. You're on the tornado spinning around, seeing shit flying. Yeah, that's the inverted part. You're not being logical. See, this is the King of Wands. Kings are all about logic. Wands is all about thought, remember? So whatever you're thinking, you're not being logical. Men tend to be logical creatures. When I say logical, I mean they can compartmentalize better than women can. That's what they do. People ever, and I know because that's what this. If you've ever been cheated on and wonder, how can he love her? How can he say he loved her and love me? Men do that because they don't look past the situation. They are constantly in the moment. That's how they cheat. You always consider yourself to be rather logical when it comes to your emotions, are you? Because that particular card is fueled with emotions. Because though it is the King of Wands, he was fueled by an emotion. It was greed and jealousy, but it was still an emotion. It is a fire. It is a passion. So being logical, yeah, clearly I need to look at a few things. Possibly. It's very possible. This is also about when you think of what he did. He was completely possessed by an idea and took off into it. Inverted means maybe the situation hits you, but you don't act on it. Excuse me. And it is the most illogical thing you could do. Someone could come up to you with $1 million and say, you can have this tax-free. Here's all the documentation. Here's all the proof to say it's yours. And you don't take it. Against all logic, you don't take it. There's a passion that you're not being logical about. there is a fault that is nagging you that you're not being logical about. Usually when I get a king, I say, take this the way a man would take it. And honestly, think like a man. Men compartmentalize. So if you look at something, if you look at a passion, and you've compartmentalized it, actually look at those pieces and see if you have been absolutely logical with each piece. Did you cut the right person off? No. Oh, that's why I feel like I've been up in the past 2 hours. My and Kadashi, what's going on? I completely know what the whirlpool is referring to. I'm not sure what I'm being illogical about. Let's take logic and make it. Let's put, okay, so instead of saying logic, let's say unemotional. So instead of saying logical, saying what are you not being overly emotional about? Also, I never thought of myself as to be as one to take advantage of others. A lot of times we don't know it. We're just, if you are a nurturing person, you don't tend to know when you're being taken advantage of. If you are a very driven person, you tend not to, is less take advantage of people and more don't step on people just to get ahead. Like, this is a very business minded reading, a very cutthroat, monopolizing reading. Like, it's the reason that, oh, what's the damn law? What's the law? Which company was it? Who knew what's up? Which company was it? Was it oil? I think it was oil. And if I'm right, it is the Rockefellers. There's a reason that the Rockefellers got so rich. Like, the original Rockefeller got into oil and everything and ended up being in complete control of oil to the point where he was a monopoly. Well, this wasn't fair. And as people started learning that he controlled the oil, so he controlled the price. So therein, law got into it and said, you can't do that. You can't monopolize shit like that. Which is why no company can hold the monopoly on a lot of shit. That's why they made that shit illegal. If you control everything, You dictate the price, you dictate how much you give out, therefore you control the demand for it. And you can always make sure that you have the only supply and you can say how much you want for it. If you are the type that is very driven saying, I'm gonna make this business, I'm gonna get this loan, I'm gonna do this, oh, there's the building. You can find the perfect venue that, let's say, your homeboy or homegirl was like, oh, that's my dream. I want to get that building. It's perfect. It has great foot traffic. It's right by here. I can put my sign up. Everyone can see it. And you're like, damn, you're right. And you buy it for your building. That's what I mean by stepping on people. You're not doing it to hurt nobody's feelings. You're doing it because, shit, you right. It's a great place to have a fucking business. Like, perfect. You can see it from the highway. You can see this, that, and the third. It has great foot traffic, like you said. It's across the street from fucking Starbucks. That way. So I guess when it's saying you're not being as logical, it means if that person who wanted that building was your best friend. Thank you, Dr. Bombay. If that person who wanted that building you've known since childhood, they're your kids' godparent, like y'all have a relationship that is closer than fucking twins. Would it be worth you buying their dream building and destroying your relationship? That's what that means. So when they're saying logical, that's what they mean by not being as logical as you could possibly be. Some things, as logical as they are to do, are not as logical as they seem like they should be done. I guess they're saying like Eddie Murphy did when he was Maximilian. Put a little heart into it. Put your heart into your thoughts a little bit. And thank you, Dr. Clay Bombay. Well, I don't care what nobody say. Vampire in Brooklyn was a great goddamn movie. I don't give a damn. I really wish they would have did a damn sequel to it, but they killed his character off. I don't want to see the other dude. You want to ask the universe where you should start healing. You want me to bother the universe with where you should start healing, although I've been saying it the entire time. You want me, like Dion Cole said, you thank God in all his godly glory. You want me to ask them where you should start healing, just for clarification, when the last 5 or 6 times I've read you has been the exact same thing. Okay, never mind, grieve. I can tell you without even consulting them and bothering them, tying up their phone line and wasting their good goddamn free minutes. Without wasting their free minutes, I can tell you. Other than grieving, you need to learn how to love your damn self. And I told you this time and time again from the time you went over that fool's house and put you and your baby's life in danger that you didn't love yourself. The whole old school saying, check yourself before you wreck yourself, and you was damn wrecking it. That's what you need to do. I don't need to bother them. Now, not only, now one job for people of my caliber is not only to relay messages to and from spirit, but it's to make sure that the message and the question is worth me bothering them. I'm not waking them up for that. I'm not going to wake them up and bother them. You love yourself, you just got some insecurities. Nah, baby. Nah, sugar, nah, you not about to sit here and tell that hot lie. That lie so goddamn hot, it immediately upon leaving your damn mouth. Evaporation. No, you don't. You don't love yourself. Because, see, loving yourself stems past you being a mother. Like when you went to that boy's house. See, that's just being a mom. A mom ain't going to endanger her child. Hatship, so what's going on, baby? Loving yourself is loving yourself enough and saying, I am the most precious. I am the most powerful, most precious, I'm the greatest gift I can give to someone. There's no greater gift I can give but me. And to give that to some no good Nick like him, that's when you know you don't love yourself. See, when you love yourself, you want to see yourself at your best. See how this melanin is popping and shining? Because I've actively said, I want to see if I can get my skin better. What can I do to help my skin? And I've researched and looked into products. Because I love myself and my skin enough. And when something don't agree with my skin, I stop. Oh, that don't work. Let's move on to something else. My hair, if it don't agree, I leave it alone. My skin, my stomach, if it don't agree, leave it alone. Because I love me, and I am my best friend. Me, myself, and I crack jokes all the time. When I say it's an inside joke, I thoroughly mean it's an inside joke. Because me, myself, and I are giggling, cackling, busting guts. That's what I mean. Thank you, Hapshetsud. When you love yourself, you don't blame others. You take accountability and responsibility for your actions. You ain't got there yet. I would never sit here and blame, oh, my past on this person and that person because of this and that. Guess what? I'm not in the past no more. I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that young child anymore. Instead, I accept it. And I incorporate and I understand what strength it gave me and what weaknesses it gave me. You blame a lot on your mother instead of sitting here and taking ownership of it. It's like when, let's just go ahead and get to it. It's like the N-word. Why we say we can say it, but another race bet not. Because that word was used to hurt us. It was used to be derogatory to us. And we took it and flipped the script. Now it's a term of endearment. See, better not nobody else say that shit to us. We can say it to each other, but nobody else can because that's what we did. We have that right. We went through the hell. That's us. We took ownership of that pain and turned it into something of endearment. That's why nobody else can say it. Taking accountability when you're wrong is not the same. That is saying you will only do it when you're wrong. I take ownership whether I'm wrong, whether I'm right, whether it has anything or not to do with me. I take responsibility for it. See, you saying you take accountability when you're wrong, you've been wrong a lot. You'll own up to it after getting your ass a lot about it. But you still place the blame on your past. Instead of saying, guess what? You were a fucking child who was in a child's place. That's the difference. You were a child. Now you're a bigger child with another baby. I am. What's going on, honey? See, that's where things are a little bit different about accountability and responsibility. It's easy to say, oh, I didn't ask to do that. I didn't ask to do that. No, you didn't. You're right. You didn't ask to be born. You didn't ask to take care of those other kids, your other siblings. You didn't. But do you know that because you took care of them, you're better able to take care of your son? When you had that baby, you didn't have to guess about how to change a diaper. You didn't have to guess, how much food does baby eat? You didn't have to do that. You blame your past a lot. You better look at some of these celebrities. You better look at some shit. Look at Eminem. Eminem had a fucked up past. He's one of the greatest rappers out there. You think if he let his past stay dictating his future that he would be as good as he is now? Yes, a lot of his music was based on his past. But that is one thing about us. We evolve. Marshall Mathers, Eminem, has 3 personalities all throughout his music. You have Slim Shady, which is the Wildcat, which is the I'll blow this shit up. Hold on, stop the tape a minute, listen up. Okay, cut that bitch up. That's Slim. Then you have Eminem, which is the downer version of him that's just like dark. And then you have Marshall Mathers, which is the Haley's Lullaby type guy. The one you're seeing now, the brown-haired Eminem. He evolved. Not only did he not let his past define him, he did a lot to help him shape and mold himself. But he grew from it. He took ownership of it, he took responsibility for it, and he's grown for it. Why? Because I guarantee you, you'd be hard-pressed to find out what the fuck Haley looked like. Did you know that Eminem had 3 daughters? No. Because he took ownership. Because he decided, I don't want this life for you. So in order for me to give better to you, I got to give better to myself. He came off of all the medications, all the pills and stuff he was on. He took ownership. That's what an adult does. That's what a parent does. Shy Baby Freddie. King Rastafari, how you doing, honey? You ain't thankful for your past. You need to stop all that lying. The reason I know you're not thankful for your past, because you still blame it. The fact that you still mad about it, you're not thankful for it. Where was you wrong in your past? Who said anything about right or wrong? See how you hear what you want to hear? You're hearing, not listening. You are hearing to respond instead of listening to comprehend. That's your issue. I'm good, sugar. Thank you. Prime example of hearing just to respond to some shit. Look at any debate on TV, a political debate, when the person absolutely makes no fucking sense. Rastafari, I'm not studying you. Coming in here with the creepy. It's wax from my candle that is melting like hell right now. It smells good. I need to get a different melter for this one though. You don't. And that's the sad part about being young. We never comprehend the way we think we do until we're older. It's only when we get older and actually start hearing and listening and seeing the difference that we realize just how much we were hearing when we were younger rather than listening. Let's see. What are you not being logical about? What are you not researching? Ace of Wands is inverted. What are you not researching? What are you not looking into the past about? What are you not background checking? Knight of Cups is upright. Literally passion. An action of emotion. That is literally what the Knight of Cups is. Knights are action, cups are emotion. An action of emotion. An emotional action. And then the Hermit is upright. Something that keeps you to yourself. Something that isolates you. So I would say a passion that isolates you that you haven't researched. El Jawan, what's going on? Not you. This was somebody else's question. That was a big snake. I'm not stunning you. I'm not stunning you. I'm not stunning you, Respire. On my wall. Oh, you mean on my profile? That wasn't that big. We've had snakes bigger than that. He was not that big. He was like, what, 5 feet, I think? He wasn't that big. And I said that wasn't for you. That was somebody else asking what they weren't being logical about. Marie Laveau, how are you? I am. Thank you, sugar. And literally now I got that damn song playing in my head. Dre, I gotta tell you some shit right now. Why this fucking weed is in me? The fuck? I don't know if I ever told you this, dog, but I love you, dog. I got your motherfucking back, right? Know the shit. Slim. I don't know if you noticed it, but I've had your back from day one. Let's blow this bitch. I mean it, dog. You ever need somebody off? Whose throat is it? Well, if you ever killed that killing bitch, I'll show you what an ocean is. Well, that's cool, and I appreciate your offer. But if I do decide to really murder my daughter's mama, I'm gonna tie her up in the front seat and put sunglasses on her, cruise around with her for 7 miles to California, and have her waving at people and drive off honking the horn for her. Yeah, that's literally just playing in my head now. Thanks for that. Well, at least it's not Stan, and Stan will eventually start playing in my head now that I've said it. But Haley's lullaby is playing in my head, so. And drop off in the police station and drive off honking the horn for. Blood, wanna see some lungs popped up. That's for talking like the print was Moth product. That's for even thinking of having thoughts thought up. Better show some respect, whatever the docs brought up. Wanna know the difference? About 5 bank accounts, 3 ounces. Wait, 5 bank accounts, 3 ounces, and 2 vehicles. Pretty lady, what's going on? I heard what you said. I'm gonna talk to a counselor and I'm gonna take time to myself, love myself for real, take myself in time. Mhm. Okay. What? What I do? So what's the difference between us? We can start at the penis, or we can scream, I just don't give a fuck and see who means it. What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you supposed to do. Oh, that's why y'all got that shit playing in my head. Oh, okay. That's why. Oh, okay. What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel, don't even deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style with straight coasting. Uh huh. I was I was just thinking you probably a thick, thick girl. I'm thicker than I want to be. Mostly in the stomach. Excuse me. Another thing about that, everybody says here, like, oh, people praying on my downfall, people wanting to see me fail. So, do you know how much stronger a positive thought is than a negative thought? Do you know how much and how long someone would have to keep that fucking thought at the forefront of their mind? See, this is the best thing once you start understanding energy. Whether you can, or let's say, what do you think you can or you can't, you're right. And it's true. Because the thing is, it's about what I think. What I think is what matters to me. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. And I mean that in the sense that I respect people. So if I give you respect, I expect to get it. And if you don't, you stop existing to me. See, I stop thinking about you, period. You stop existing, you get no more of my energy, whether positive or negative. But if you keep thinking on me, whether positive or negative, you are still feeding energy to me. Best thing about me is I'm a transmuter. I change any negative energy to positive. So, what do they think they can and they can't? They're right. You lucky some stomach. I'm not stunning you, Rastafari. Hey, however they think about me, the more passion they put in it. Oh, are you talking about your reading? I need to know what we were segueing into. Your reading? Oh, I mean, what are you passionate about? If it's fucking, it's fucking. If it's crocheting, it's crocheting. Whatever. And y'all know damn well that once I read y'all, I completely forget what the fuck I done read. Nicole, what's going on? Alright, so are you dating someone you shouldn't be? Pursuing someone you shouldn't be? Telling me no, but my body telling me yeah. I don't wanna hurt nobody, but there's something I must confess. I don't see nothing wrong. I bet he don't. When the little Kentucky Fried. What? You nasties. You nasties. Look at you. Thought I was going to start singing them some bumping and grinding. I'm talking about Kentucky and frying it. Why do you assume every reading has to have something good in it? Oh, see, this is that TV shit that y'all used to, where y'all think everything has a happy ending. Y'all should read the Grimm's Brothers version of every Disney story and learn the reality of it. Can the universe tell you something good? They already have. They've told you where to start. They've given you a starting point instead of just letting you walk around aimlessly trying to figure it out. They've actually given you where you need to start. Don't get no gooder than that. They on your ass every night because you hard headed. Every time you come on here because some. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Orleans, how you doing, sugar? The Hawaiian would like a starting point. Damn. Well, Hawaiian, asking you shall receive. You need therapy. You have something keeping you up, meaning your mind races at night. Good night, Jania. This is about something keeping you up, keeping you from sleeping. Your mind is racing. You're always thinking, so whatever's keeping you up. Four of Cups is upright. This is about like really needing therapy. This is you realize that there is something you may be delusional about, or you may not truly understand. There's something that you feel like you can have a better understanding or better relationship with. That's what this card is for. Coco, what's going on? And then the moon is inverted. This is about breaking cycles. You, Lord, Rastafari, what you want? They harsh? Nah, you just hard headed. Can it not be dealing with nobody neck, Rastafari? That is just the creepiest damn thing. First time I met him, first read, he was talking about something. Him and the girl was in the car, and he got up on her neck. He said, "Okay, you bullshit. You know I record my fucking live, so let's not. Don't make me go back and find the fucking live." Rastafari 2 of Wands is upright. Make the best choice. Be logical. If you have two really, really terrible choices to make the best choice. The worst of the less bad of two evils. Page of Swords is inverted. This is about not learning from past actions. And then the Ten of Pentacles is inverted. This is like fool's gold. Chasing, like, fool's gold. That's the best I can describe it. It's fool's gold. Taking cubic zirconiums and thinking they're real. Letting someone sell you swampland in Texas. Like that. Well, sugar, all I can tell you is that everybody learns in their own time. Good night, sugar. Mm-hmm. We'll see, Rastafari. Miss Hot, what's going on? By all means, keep asking your questions. Honey. Woo! Would you say everything in my reading was all regarding the same thing? That is not up to me to know. I honestly don't know. The thing about when I read people, it's not supposed to. It doesn't. The only person it's supposed to make sense to is you. And sometimes they're like time delay capsules. It may not make sense now. And I've had people come to me. Prime example, Jania is one, where I kept reading that she was pregnant. This was last year. And the reading was interesting because at the time, well, there was some circumstances that she had forgotten about until she ended up having to go to the doctor and found out that she was exactly how many weeks pregnant that I said she was, and had to remember something, or rather someone. So it could be that it doesn't make sense now, and it makes sense when you get off live. It may make sense next week. Like, for example, another example, my coworker. She was afraid she was going to lose her place. I read her last week. Kiki, what's up? And read that you're not losing your place. You're not, it's nothing about to happen. You're not losing your place. She couldn't see how it was possible. She trusted me. She trusted my reading, but she didn't see how it was possible. She said it was literally the last minute where the finances came in. You never know. Yo, the way people try to use people, or rather, the way people try to use spirit is amazing. Don't mind me. I'm thinking about something I saw on my phone. Red, what's going on? Okay, yeah, hold on. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm not trying to run nobody over. I need feet, paws, tails, and all to move. what happens when you drink um um how many fluid ounces? I don't about 32, I think. I think it's 32 fluid ounces. Well, anyone have any more questions? Rossfire, what's going on with you? What's wrong with you? But oh, I was mad I couldn't keep the snake. My cage isn't here. And technically speaking, that snake has more rights than anybody in the state. Just fucked up. Like you can't keep it. You're not allowed to keep, trap, kill it, anything like that. I just wanted to keep it. It was so fucking pretty. Like he had, like when I say my inner Steve Irwin came out, and now I should have like he's not the type to strike. That's why I didn't go to. That's why I didn't do that. It's so pretty. You looking at my face? What's wrong with my face? I'm surprised at how well these damn things are staying on. Cause They must got some good glue or something, because things like this tend to fall off. So, wait. Yes, I cannot stand bugs, but I would keep a snake. Yes, I sure the hell would. They are not the same. Do not dare insult the magnificent creatures that are like reptiles with those creepy crawly roachy things. Damn right. Like, we've had snakes. I've had snakes. I actually miss my snake. My snake got pretty goddamn long for it to be a corn snake. Like, I like I like animals so much. Okay, it was seven seventh grade, and we had they gave us a, I don't know how my teacher got, this was back in the day, but I we had a classroom pet, and while most of the classes had hamsters, guinea pigs, and everything, my science teacher chose to have a corn snake. And it started off, first time I held it, it could barely wrap around my hand one whole time. And she would feed it, but at that time it was a baby, so it can only eat smaller rats. Well, we couldn't bring live baby rats in there, so we had the frozen ones that you get from like a pet store, feeder rats. Well, people in the class were afraid of the snake, and they wouldn't feed. They loved to see it eat, but they wouldn't feed it. And eventually, it got to the point where the snake wouldn't eat the rats because they weren't moving. So I came up with how to trick it into moving the rats around, and it would eat it. But this was during school, and then over summer break, she was like, "We have to find a home for the snake because it can't stay here. There'll be no one to feed it." And one thing about this snake, I don't know if it was a she, but I named it, gave it a girl name. She was smart as shit. She kept escaping the cage. Every morning we came in there, they were like, "Oh my God, the snake is gone, the snake is gone." I was like, "She ain't gone for." And I would always find her, pick her up, and I used to wear purposely when I knew I was going to this class that day, I would wear this blue shirt that had a pocket on the top. And I would just keep her in my pocket during class. And that's what I would do. I would have her in my pocket, and people were like, "You're not afraid she's going to bite you? For what? She's asleep." If she poke her head out, then I know she wants to go and do something. But she's warm. It's cold in this classroom. And I couldn't stand it. My teacher ended up getting her like a heat lamp or something. I was like, "That's not enough. She needs to be able to feel the heat." So I would keep her in my pocket. And one time I forgot she was in my pocket. I went to another class. I said, "I gotta go back." It's like, what's wrong? I was like, "I have her in here." So I had to take her back to class. But when it came to like summer break, that's like, we have to. She was like, "I can't take it home." I think her husband or something was afraid of it. And she was like, "Well, does anyone?" I said, "I want it." Like, I didn't even think to ask my mom. I was like, "I want it." So she was like, "Well, if your mom says it's okay." So I had to go home, and I asked my mom. I was like, "We got a corn snake. Can I keep it?" And mom was like, "What?" It's like, "We got a pet corn snake for class, and I wants it. It can't stay at school. Nobody's there to feed it over the summer. She'll die. She'll get cold, and she'll starve. I don't want her to be cold. So can we keep it?" And my mom was like, "Put it in the car." It's like, "Put her in the car." And they had to bring some male teachers in there. And the male teachers, because the cage that I got is big. Well, the cage that she came in was small. So they did have male teachers come, like, bring it and sit it in there. I could have lifted it, but they didn't want me to, and they took it to the car. But yeah, I didn't like that cage because the top of it slid out, and she was smart enough where she would get into the little nook of it and push it out. So I lost her in the house about 4 or 5 times. My mom said she'll either die from being cold or she'll seek out warm. So put something warm on the ground. She said most likely she ain't gone far. She's gonna go into crevices. So look by the doors, and every time she got out, she would be by the door. And I would just, last time she wrapped around me, like I said, she could barely wrap around my hand. By the time before she died, she wrapped around my arm about 3 times. She had got that big. I was proud. I want another snake. Like my brother, he had pythons. My cousin had pythons. Oh, my cousin had a gorgeous python. He had a yellow python. He had a yellow ball python. So pretty. He used to keep it in his car. He would keep it in the trunk of his car in a big sack. And we went bowling one time. He said, yeah, the snake's in the car. And they were like, what? Yeah, snakes in the car. It was summertime. It was hot as shit. And we went out to the car, and he took it out. I was like, oh, I want to touch it. I want to touch it. It was heavy as fuck. Like, that was a huge fucking snake. You had pet iguanas and turtles. My brother had an iguana. I had a snapping turtle. No, I had a yellow belly slider. We did have an alligator snapping turtle in the backyard, though. Yeah, there's probably not an animal that is a lot that we didn't have. Except birds. We have not had a bird. I want to... Right. Parrots, I have not had. But if I had to have some type of bird, I would want a falcon. I want a falcon. Either I want a falcon or I want a raven or a crow. Like, I guess a macaw is cool and everything, but I want a falcon, a crow, and a raven. Because I want to be like that little girl. Whenever she get mad and she scream, it attacks people. It's like, ah! And it's, yeah. Have me attack birds. Yeah. Oops. Make sure I'm not running nobody over. You know what? I wanted lovebirds only for the simple fact of the movie. That would be the only reason I would want them, because I would want to see if the rest of the birds go crazy like in the movie. Other than that, I don't want lovebirds. Like, I want a bird that if I have that motherfucker sitting on my shoulder, you gonna think twice about, maybe I shouldn't get too close. Like, I dated the guy who had two iguanas. He had a green one when I met him. But before I knew him, like years before I knew him, he had a red iguana. And he said that motherfucker used to sit on his shoulder and was like a fucking attack dog. Like, you could not get too close to him. He said that fucking iguana would tail whip the shit out of people if they got too close. You have a pair of little birds? What color? Taz, what's up? You ate the iguanas. Are you saying you ate them with curry? Daryl, what's up? Is that what you said? One is yellow and purple, and the other is white and sky blue. You ate the fucking iguana? I can't fuck with you no more. How dare you eat the iguana? Eat a cow. How dare you eat the iguana? Like, how dare you? Oh, you know what I would love? Like, I would love to have my own pack of wolves, but I saw a fennec fox. It is so cute. I want one. It is so fucking cute. I should just live in the jungle. Like, I should just live in the jungle. And I know, should I ever have kids, their love for animals. I brought home, bringing in, what kind of cage does it need? It got a lot of teeth. What kind of cage does it need? It has fins. Take it out to the pool. We'll get something later. It's a delicacy in your country. Rastafari, are you Jamaican? Hey, okay. I'm pretty sure I've had alligators, just been a long time. Okay, you said close. Wait, I don't want to see. Don't write it. Okay. Okay, he said Jamaican is close. Haitian? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, what's in that? Damn, I need to know my islands. Okay. Not that close. Um, Caribbean? It is and not. Um, fucking fuck. What is the? Don't say it. Don't say it. I know this one. See, this is why I can't ever go on like a competition like the Price is Right stuff, because I'm gonna do this. Okay, what's the one where it's there's one I want to say it's the Dominican Republic because of where it is. They're listed as like Latin American, but they're not Latin American. Is it Dominican? Is it something that's like Latin? No. Nah, it's not that. That's not islandy. Okay. Um, Barbados, Barbadan. It's not an island. Fuck it, Floridian. Shit. Like, that's some bullshit. No, I don't fucking give up. Okay. It ain't a. How can you say it's close then if you're. Sir, how are you Rastafari and you're not Jamaican? Okay, let me think. King Keisha, what's going on? Okay, okay. It ain't an island. That ain't gonna tell me shit. I don't know flags like that. Cause I would think that's Panama, but I don't. Okay, okay. It's not an island. I told you don't say nothing. Fuck, cause I was gonna pull up the damn map. Now I can't do that. And I don't know if that's Panama or Portugal, but okay, let me look. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Cause I was gonna ask you which continent it's on. Okay. Did I say Panama? I said Panama. Panama, Puerto Rico. Damn it. Would say I'm the fucking Brazil. Now I can't look at the map to try to guess. Wait, there's a shitload of fucking. No, that's it's not Ecuador. Chile? Chilean? Is that the one? No. It's not Ecuador. I don't think you're Cuban. That don't make sense. Uruguay. Is it Uruguay? Fuck. Paraguay. Said no guay. Okay. This is gonna try to make me remember every fucking. Not Uruguay, not Paraguay. Would it be considered Latin or would it be considered um it's related to the British? I mean shit, they speak English, but are y'all even considered islanders? And when I say island, I mean like something like Jamaican. Mm, not about to give up. Well, we are not in the Caribbean, but we are close, and we are still part of the Caribbean nation. So y'all are considered more Caribbean than you are. You're not considered Latin. You're considered more Caribbean. Um, Fuck that. I'm gonna guess. Let me see. No, I'm not giving up. B- Bogota? Wait, is Bogota even a part of that? Fuck, that might be the wrong continent. Um, Damn, you said you're not the island people though. Um, and you're actually a part of the continent. Like you're not an island. shit. Okay. Per- Damn it, no. I know damn well you didn't sit here making a mistake and I'm guessing in the wrong country. It's not under a country. It's under a continent. And ask your ass to tell me the damn direction. Venezuelan? I don't know what the fuck Venezuela is, but I'm pretty sure it's over there somewhere. Fuck! Okay. Peacemaker, what's going on? Okay, Venezuelan is close. Who the fuck is closer than Venezuelan? I can't stand this. Oh, let me see. Peru isn't there, isn't it? Peru isn't. I don't think Peru's over there. I think that might be Europe. Where are you from? I don't get my location. Um, fuck. Okay. 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 Let's see. Okay, Venezuela's close. Nicaraguan? Stop trying to give me hints. I'm trying to guess. That's not gonna help me. It's not Nicaraguan. No, is that over there? Wait a minute. No, Yemen is a part of Africa. Fuck. Shit, Zanzibar. I don't fucking know. Wait, let me see. But what the fuck other one is it? Um, I know, and I was picturing it, and I know it's on that little point edge. What is the one that starts with an R? Maybe I'm thinking of Puerto Rico. I swear there's one that starts with an R. Well, you said it's not African, so I would think Guyana, whatever the Guyana and something, but I don't think that's over there. Don't tell me I've been sitting here thinking this fucking name for the fucking longest, and my ass has been thinking it's been in Africa the whole time. You're not Guyanan. Bullshit. Uh-uh. No, damn well you didn't have me in South America. Ghanaian? I need a South America map. South America countries. I need to see. Think you a whole ass lie about this here. I was right. Peru is over there. Ooh, that's the one like Suriname. I think I was thinking not Ghana. Guyanan. Guyana. This? Yo ass a whole lie, cause when I said the fucking Paraguays and Nicaraguays and all that damn guays, you told me not a guay. So now your ass lied. Nah, this game was rigged from the get go. I had the guys lining up. No, I had the fucking guys. I was going Uruguay, Paraguay, and I was gonna go fucking Guyana. That's some bullshit. Literally, it goes Guyana, Uruguay, Suriname, and Paraguay, and then French Guiana. No, I was really trying to. No, I was really trying to go down the fucking list that I knew, and I figured Guyana was in Africa. What's the town? What's the one in Africa? Hold on. There must be something I'm mixing up. Oh, I'm thinking of Ghana. Ghana and Guinea. See, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. They got Ghana and Guinea. Y'all got Guyana and French Guiana. That's some bullshit. So I was right. Fuck the bullshit. I would have had this about 25 minutes ago had he not told me it wasn't the guys. I feel cheated. I want to recount. Guyana and Guyana. Look, goddamn it. It says Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Chile, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Uruguay, Suriname, Paraguay, French Guiana, Aruba, Aruba, Curacao, Falkland Islands, Trinidad and Tobago. Why are there not? And then the Caribbean Netherlands. Hmm. Guyana is of African. of African mixed heritage and East Indian. Huh. Do I want to go there? Well, shit, I don't damn know. What's the food like? Cause I want to know what's food like. Let me see. Maybe it'll give me a. It's better than Jamaican food. Ooh, you about to start some shit, ain't you? Montego, baby, why don't we go to the Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down in Kokomo, Montego. I'm seeing roti curry. Oh my god, I have not had real roti, but I did see some YouTube videos on how to make it, and I was tempted to try them. But I wanted the person to actually, like, at least be Indian. Roti curry, chicken curry, fried rice. So what I'm hearing is I expect my plate. Okay, well send me a recipe because I want to make it. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you something. Is chocolate a recipe in curry? So what I'm gonna need is a shopping list to go to my inbox because I want to make some curry. Um, Imvriti. What's going on, honey? Talon, what's going on, sugar? By all means, ask your question. Long water curry versus Guyanese style curry? What is that? I have an exam next week. Will it be postponed? Nope. You'll have your exam next week. Will you qualify? Nope. You got time. Study. Oh, okay. So y'all make it like a thick stew. See, that's exactly how I would want it. Mm-hmm. I need a recipe sent to my inbox. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You would think I'm hungry when my stomach is howling like a goddamn whale. It's a no. No, it will not be postponed. No, you will not qualify. I ain't had no curry. I had greens. I made some kale, spinach, and bok choy with some basically grilled chicken. Oh, bok choy is the shit. Well, I tell you one thing: the fact that I can hear my stomach means my intestines are working. No, but it really does mean your intestines are working. I know exactly what this is, and I'm like, it's like as far as the response, I'm at a loss as to what my response is. I'll figure it out. Anyone have any more questions? Other than you. It's me again. Anything on work, like, as far as what? Is there a promotion? Damn, yeah. Strawberry, what's up? And I would think either you're replacing someone. Right. These people to stop being weird. Ugh. Maybe I should drink a red rock. Okay, if I remember the shape of the intestines, seeing that it's on this side, this means it is closer to coming out. Wait, does that work? Like the side that's making all the rumbling, just like the old school gas pump on a lawnmower. Because it's either the sounds of the intestines doing this, where it's pushing your food down, or it's air. And if I do that, it probably breaks up the air bubble. Yeah, I think it might have worked. Then all I had to do was just fucking vibrate my stomach. Earth, air, fire, water. What's up? Any more questions? Not from you. Okay. All right. No more questions? Well then. Anyway, we thank you for joining us in the Shadow Gallery. The lights are out, the doors are closed. The Hellpaws will graciously and gratefully escort you on out the premises. Please do not trip on your way out. They do not care. They will catch you like a bag of bones or runes. If you would like to book your private session, donate to the show, purchase your... Kimbo, ain't you been in here? I swear saw you earlier. Oh, okay. I knew I wasn't crazy. I'm gonna yeah, become a fan. Become a fan. If you'd like to purchase a live session, live session. If you would like to purchase your private session, purchase a live pool, donate to the show. You may do so at my website, www.MadamShadO.com. No W in Shad'O. If you put a W in Shad'O, I'm not responsible where you go or where you end up. Love me, like me, share me, subscribe to me, turn your notifications on. Okay, if you want a session, go to my website and purchase your session. If Rossfire, I'm not dealing with you. Purchase your session. Yeah, if you want to purchase your session, your pool, donate to the show, go ahead, go to my website. Other than that, I got to put my P.O. box back up there for those of you who would like to send me gifts. Anyway, any energetic beings that are here that are not welcome here, not supposed to be here, not even assigned to be here, you do not have to go home, but you do have to get the hell out of here and off of the premises. We thank you all. We will see y'all whenever we see you. Peace. I haven't watched Martin, but I should go watch Martin. See y'all later.